talking when we leave the club or not. I ain't spending cash for nothing. I wanna see you take it.
Hello my mothlings, and welcome back to my channel. In the past year or so, there's been a lot of trends going around that basically mocks people who are either disabled or have some sort of mental issues, and those trends have really bothered me. I actually made a video about one of these trends back in November last year, which did really well, and these other trends that have been making fun of neurodivergent people have been on my mind. I've been wanting to make a video about this for a while, so now I'm finally doing it. Also, if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, you may have noticed a bit of changes made in my video formatting. Thankfully, I just finished an updated layout of my videos that was very much needed, so I hope you guys like it. Now let's get started. Most people in the world want to feel special in some sort of way, and I've noticed that it's become popular for people on the internet to act like they're from a certain group, which in turn either pushes harmful stereotypes onto said group or normalizes using words that are mainly used by that group. We've seen this with things like cultural appropriation many a time over the years, or people using queer songs for their straight relationships, and of course now we are seeing it with people using terms that are mainly meant for neurodivergent people. For clarification, I'm not trying to gatekeep these things, and most of what I will be talking about here is something that has a more respectful wording for it, or is something that is so unreasonable regardless, and should be widely agreed upon. I hope. Anyways, I'm gonna start from when I first remember seeing stuff like this online.
It all started 50 years ago.
Now, I know if you clicked on this video because of the thumbnail, you definitely know I'll be talking about people overusing the term overstimulated. There's been this trend on TikTok and Instagram for quite some time now, with all the captions being something along the lines of, what my partner or parent or friend does when I'm already overstimulated. That doesn't sound that bad, right? Actually, it's pretty annoying to constantly see as someone who is neurodivergent. So, what does overstimulation actually mean? It's basically when someone is experiencing a sensory overload or more input than their brain can process comfortably, which typically leads to shutting down or a meltdown. Now, what does overwhelmed mean? Being overwhelmed can mean you feel a sudden stress or you have a lot of things to manage. This of course can cause some stress, but often, if not always, does not lead to extreme reactions that are caused by overstimulation. The term overwhelmed is a much better alternative to people saying that they are overstimulated in these videos. Now, I'm not claiming that nobody who has participated in this trend could possibly be neurodivergent. I'm sure some of the people who have made these videos are and know what they're talking about, but in general, it has been overused and people think it's just another word for overwhelmed when it surely is not. If you've participated in this trend, you could just delete and re-upload it with the word overwhelmed instead. Trust me, I've seen someone do that at least once, and they got just as many likes and views as you would get on a video where you put overstimulated. I hope I'm not coming off as overly sensitive or gatekeeping, but it's really upsetting to see people in my community have their experiences be watered down because people can't look at a damn dictionary and spot the difference. Another similar situation I've been seeing online is the phrase vocal stim being used in a very similar way. Vocal stims are mechanisms to help someone regulate themselves. These can be things as small as humming or clicking your tongue, or full-on words and phrases that someone just heard or from any sort of media. Now, everyone stims to an extent. Even if you're neurotypical, you still probably stim in your day-to-day life, just not as much. Some people bounce their legs, whistle, or tap their fingers, and that's all fine and dandy. It's a very helpful thing to keep yourself regulated, neurodivergent or not. However, online, vocal stim has been defined as just some silly thing that someone says a lot to be funny, which I'm sure you could guess is really annoying for people who are actually neurodivergent. People often say, "Oh, insert popular meme is my vocal stim," when in reality, they're just repeating that meme frequently to be funny. I'm not one to invalidate someone's experiences or habits, so it's not really my place to say whether or not all these people online are actually misusing that word or not, but when it's so overused, it feels like it has lost its original meaning and again is misrepresenting the neurodivergent community. Another commonly misused term is hyperfixation or special interest. I don't see people use the phrase special interest nearly as much as hyperfixation, but I thought I'd put it in here anyways. The word hyperfixation is defined as an intense focus on a specific interest or activity that typically makes it difficult for the person hyperfixating to focus on anything else. Hyperfixations are short-term and can go on from a few hours to a few weeks. Special interests, on the other hand, typically stay with you for years and sometimes your whole life. However, the important thing to note here is that these terms are not for a neurotypical person's interests. They are terms meant for people in the neurodivergent community because we experience our likes and dislikes a lot differently than a neurotypical person would. For example, a main special interest of mine is music, specifically 21 Pilots. I've only been into their music for a couple of years at this point, but they are by far my favorite band in the entire world, and I have a multitude of posters on my wall, CDs, vinyls, and other merch from them. They've basically consumed me for the past 2 years and are often something I talk about with my friends. Whenever I hear a word that could be relating to the band even in the slightest, I gotta make a reference. And some people in my comment sections have even noticed that the background music for my videos are only piano versions of 21 Pilots songs. Except for the rare occasion of something like Christmas, and even then, one of the songs that I used was one by 21 Pilots. I digress though. Obviously not everyone has the same experience as I do, but in general, hyperfixations or special interests are much more intense than a neurotypical person's interests. But of course, people online have to turn hyperfixation into some sort of buzzword to get clout or just pretend they're cool and different. Again, pretty disrespectful to neurodivergent people, and again, not everyone is a liar with their pants on fire, but misusing and overusing these terms are really harmful to the community. As an alternative for either of these words, you can just say, my interests, or my favorite blank. It really isn't that hard. People also even use phase for things like the 2-week Minecraft phase. It's never been called the 2-week Minecraft hyperfixation, so I'm not sure why other things have to be called hyperfixations. If you're really into, say, Tyler the Creator, you can say, I'm in my Tyler the Creator phase. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's so much better. Some other things that bother me is when people say, oh, everyone's a little autistic, it's a spectrum. Now, there is some truth to that, being that autism is a spectrum. Most people expect every autistic person to be low functioning, when that is just not the case. But saying everyone is a little autistic is also disrespectful, and again, waters down people's experiences when it comes to struggling with autism. Similarly, people will say, oh, I got a touch of the chism, or something along those lines, which again is really stupid to say. It's also just annoying, like it sounds dumb. Sure, maybe you did something that could be considered a symptom of having autism or a common habit amongst autistic people, but again, it is disrespectful to people who are actually on the spectrum. I asked some of my Discord members for a bit of help on this script since I wanted some more ideas or things to add on to certain points I already made, and one of them actually brought up a very good example. This person said, sometimes the title of safe space will be slapped onto some kind of communal space such as an event, library, counseling center, doctors, etc. To a neurodivergent, we see this and think, oh, a place where I can exist freely and don't have to mask as much, which sometimes is the case, but more often than not, I find that the title of safe space is slapped on more as a badge of, we have Googled autism, or we have a pride flag on the desk, or there is someone here who did a degree in psychology. These kinds of places market themselves as being safe, but rarely have the actual factors of being a legitimate safe space. For example, you see an event is taking place in your local community center. The organizers are posting about it on social media and they're calling it a safe space for those with sensory needs. You get there, it's incredibly noisy, it's too hot, there isn't any support for finding where you need to go, there aren't any quiet rooms, and when you ask for help, they all direct you to the same person with a sunflower lanyard who is clearly shitting themselves as much as you are. The last bit there seemed oddly specific, but either way, this person worded this very well. I don't usually go to big events often, so I can't really give too much of an input on this specific situation, but I experience this at school sometimes. I have a 504 plan, which technically allows me to work in a separate space if I need to, or listen to music and in general accommodate myself. I don't think I really get to use this to my best ability, because I'm labeled as a high-functioning person, so teachers often don't check up on me. And I only really got the help I needed this year in my history class, which I'm grateful for. I really truly think that was the best history class I've ever experienced in my life, even though in the second half of the year I didn't have any friends in it, which is a huge win for me. But over the years I've found it impossible to ask for help when I need it, and I know I've improved a whole lot with that issue, but it's still really difficult for me, so I do wish accommodations would be paid more attention to by teachers or other adults around me. My parents are pretty good with this though, thankfully. Yeah, I know you guys are watching this, don't worry. Someone else in my Discord server also brought a couple more topics up. They said they see lots of people mixing up the terms stimming and tics a lot. I think this is a really good point, and in general, you should just be aware of what you're talking about. It's very important to make sure you're using the right terminology online when it comes to things like this because, again, you don't want to misuse words. They also brought up that many people make sensory boards very poorly, making them have too much noise or making it overstimulating otherwise. Again, I thought this was a good point, and if someone is going to make a sensory or stim board, it should be done correctly. That also brings me back to when people would put jump scares in stim boards or sensory boards, which I really hated. Anyways, I think I've basically covered everything I need to in this video, so that brings us to the end of it. Thank you all so much for watching until the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, or maybe even learned something new. I quickly want to just reiterate that I don't want anyone harassing people if you see them doing something mentioned in this video, and I heavily encourage you to kindly educate them on why it's disrespectful, or just ignore them. Also, in regards to future videos, I have everything basically planned out for the next few months for this channel, but I've also previously mentioned a shared Minecraft channel with my friends. Right now, my friend Redford is gathering parts to and building my PC, and he has been an incredibly huge help to make this shared channel possible. My school laptop is normally what I make these videos on, but because screen recordings of games take up so much space, I of course need a bigger computer for that, and he's had my back with it. So obviously, massive shout out to him. Please go subscribe to his channel, he's super cool for helping me out with this. And of course, subscribe to me and my friend's shared Minecraft channel. We won't be uploading until I get my PC all set up, but I'm estimating that it will be set up around mid or late fall to early winter. Or maybe it'll be earlier than that, who knows. I'm really excited to start this big project with my friends, and I hope we can get a jump start on getting some outside support as well. And one last thing before I stop the video, it is July. That means it's Art Fight. This is my Art Fight account. Please attack me. It is a guaranteed revenge because I don't like attacking people otherwise. For some reason, my brain just likes doing revenges better. It's like a 90% chance that I will revenge you. I don't care what kind of artist you are, beginner, traditional, digital, whatever it is. If you have the time and you're participating in Art Fight this year, go attack one of my characters. My link will be in the description, and also right now the card is showing on screen. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I have for this video, I swear. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe if you did. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. Even if you disagree, I want to know what you think. Just remember to be respectful. Alright, I'm out of here. Goodbye, my mothlings.